Oh, hello YouTube. Today on the Naughty Librarian, I'm going over my July TBR list. This July, I've kind of given myself a bit of an easier TBR just because it's summer. I want to spend some time doing like fun summer stuff. I don't want to like have to force myself to read. But I do have some really good stuff on here, and I also wanted wiggle room just in case I decide I want to read something else on a whim. You know, it's summer. I'm living my life. That all being said, though, I still do have a really cool TBR list. Again, full chaos, all different kinds of genres. Let's go. Let's talk about what's on deck for this July. All right, let's start off things with like book club picks. Why not? Because my patron book club pick for July is Wicked Beauty by Katie Roberts. So every month, my patrons get to pick on a book club book that we all read together. Wicked Beauty won the poll, so we're going to be doing this one. Very excited about it. So this is the next book in this like, I don't know, Dark Olympus series. And the first two books I have enjoyed. And then this one, just going to take it up another notch. So this one is, again, Dark Olympus should like specify kind of that it's kind of sexy Greek myths we're dealing with here. But the kicker here, this one is a throuple. I'm very excited about it. So we have Helen of Troy, right? And Zeus is like, I'm throwing a competition. Whoever wins it gets your hand in marriage, blah, 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 blah. Helen does not like this, so you know what she does. She goes full Merida, joins the competition to win her own hand in marriage. Love. And you know who else is in this competition trying to like win? And like you get other stuff besides just Helen, but it's Achilles and his boyfriend Patroclus. They're both in the competition because they're teaming up. They're like, hey, if I win, I'll take you with me. And if you win, you take me with you because we're boyfriends. And they're like, yes. So they're just doubling up their chances of winning. Plus, then in comes Helen. And they're both like, sup, Helen? Like it kind of goes, they all kind of like each other. And I was like, okay, have a throuple. Love that. It's like a throuple of three of the hottest people in ancient Greece. Like, I want to see it just for that alone. But it does sound super cool. It's going to be spicy. It's going to hopefully have some laughs. It's going to be exciting. I don't know. I really like the other two books in the series so far, so I am excited to see where this one goes. And I'm going to read it with all my patrons this month. If you want to become a patron, the links are in the description down below. So this month's pick for the Blades and Bodice Rippers book club, which is with myself, Bethany, Leanna, and Mara. I'll put their info down below if you want to follow us. But Mara picked this one and it's going to be on her channel in the end of July. She picked Morning Glory Milking Farm. So from the title and cover, you can assume what this means. It's not about like, oh, a wholesome farm story. So this is about Violet. She's kind of, you know, millennial, drowning in college student loan debt, needs a job, not really qualified to do anything. We've all been there. She gets like a job offer to work at this milking farm, but it has like full benefits, full-time hours, good pay. So she's like, I could do worse. So she goes for the job, and basically the job is milking minotaurs. So, there you go. Like, like it's gonna be filthy. And I mean, I'm not kind of kink shame it. I'm fine with that. It's just like fluids aren't my thing. So like I'm gonna stop talking about it before I get demonetized. But anyway, we're reading that. It's gonna be the end of the month for the live show discussion on it. It's gonna be interesting. All right, moving away from book club, let's talk about drunk classics for this month because again, I am doing another summer double feature. The first book for Drunk Classics is A Midsummer's Night Dream by William Shakespeare. And I'm excited. It's midsummer, so like it had to be read right now. Why would I not do it? And I think it'll be very fun whilst drunk. There's a lot of characters in this though. So hopefully I will be able to tell them all apart. And I have this really cool old book edition. I got it like at a library book sale many years ago. Let me see when this came out. Okay, so this was printed in 1938. Very old, nearly 100 years, but like look at the front cover pages. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. I love these old books like this. And this one is in like incredible shape. So I am very excited to read it. It's good. I haven't had a Shakespeare in a while, so yes, pumped for this. The second book for Drunk Classics this month, I am continuing on my Vampire Chronicles journey, and I'm going to be reading The Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. So I've read Interview the Vampire, I've read The Vampire Lestat, coming into The Queen of the Damned. So spoiler alert, Vampire Lestat has a very cliffhangery ending. So I was like, oh, gasp, I need this now. I am so excited for this one. Like, low-key, actually not even low-key, high-key, I unironically love the movie Queen of the Damned. No shame. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Like what you like. I like it. I know it's bad, but I like it anyway. So this one, very loosely based on that. But Lestat's a rock star in the 80s, and then ancient Egyptian vampire queen comes back to life, wants to party with him. Bad things are happening, essentially. But it's gonna get the full Drunk Classics treatment. Again, I am kind of stretching the definition of drunk classics, for classics at least. But when did this come out? Let's see for sure. Okay, so this came out in 1988. Like, I mean, it's like 34 years old. It's fairly old. There's that. So, I mean, whatever. Like, it's my series. I can do what I want. Why am I like trying to talk myself out of this? So I'm also going to be reading one romance officially. I feel like I'm going to add additional romances later, but I don't know what they are yet. But for right now, I'm going to be reading A Caribbean Heiress in Paris by Adriana Herrera. I wanted to read summery books, and this was giving me summertime vibes. This is historical romance. It's kind of like Gilded Era, Belle Epoque era France. We're following Luz. She's the heiress to a rum empire, and she comes to Paris from the Dominican Republic to try to like expand the rum empire. She's not having an easy go of this. Why? Because it's Paris in 1889. Dudes over there did not want to do business with women, let alone women of color. So she's not having a good go of things. Now, enter grumpy Scotsman, the Earl of Darnick. And he owns a whiskey empire, and he meets Luz. He's like, Luz is cool. I'm gonna help you. And she's like, why? And he's like, you're pretty. What? You misheard me. One of those. Honestly, you had me at rum heiress, but then you're sealing the deal with grumpy Scotsman. Like, that's all I need to know. Way into this. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this. It's definitely a new take on it, and it's like, sounds like it's gonna be so much fun. I love Adriana Herrera. Definitely like cozy kind of books for me. I don't know, they're like me time books. I love to have a drink and get on the couch and just like dive in. So very excited. All the rest of the books I kind of have on deck for this month are all just fantasies, but I'm excited to go for them. Let's do this. I am going to read We All Fall Down by Rose Szabo, and like, mind you, I do have the bound manuscript of this. I don't have like the real edition of the book yet, but like, oh my gosh, look at the cover. Isn't it gorgeous? It's beautiful. I love it intensely. So it's a magical world, and magic has been failing for a bit. And we're following these 4 queer people, and they all kind of get drawn into each other's paths by like this mysterious murder. But they all play parts in like this, I guess, prophecy or something about how magic is going to be restored. And like, there's like twists and turns, morally gray characters way into all that. It just seems like a really cool, like, found family, like heist. I do love a good like thief story, and I feel like this is going to give me thieves, and I'm like way into that. And frankly, the cover is just gorgeous. So yes, definitely want to read this one. This technically YA fantasy, but I feel like it's older YA fantasy, maybe even new adult. I don't know, but I'm definitely excited. Back on my TBR list for July, I have Blood Scion by Deborah Falae. This was on my TBR a few months ago, and I never got to it. So I'm like, all right, let's put it up here. Like, the thing is with this book, like, I do think I would like it, and I do want to read it. It's just very heavy subject material, so it's like difficult to get in the right mind space to dive into this. Basically, it is a fantasy world, and people who are descendants of the Orisha are like outlawed, and they could be put to death for that. And also I don't know, like, I don't really know everything about this world yet, obviously, but I know it does deal with the idea of child soldiers, which is like super dark, and I have been told that this book is really dark, and I was like, I don't know if I'm like emotionally ready for that. There's been so much darkness in the world, especially around like children in peril. So like I think that's been putting me off to it, but I do think it's probably really good. So it's on deck. I'm gonna try to read this, so hopefully. I'll see how it goes. But ultimately, you know, take care of your own mental health first. If this book is like too much, don't go for it. But like I do want to read it, so I'm gonna try. I'm also going to be reading The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah, and this one is giving me like Aladdin vibes, 1001 Arabian Nights vibes, and I'm like way into it. So hardcore. So we're following Luli. She is known as the Midnight Merchant. She basically sells like black market magic, essentially. And one day she saves like this idiot prince's life, and she's like, well, shit, now the Sultan knows who I am. Crap. So she gets looped into the Sultan saying like, hey, you gotta go find this magical lamp. And she's like, do I have to? And he's like, what do you think? Yeah. So she has to. And so she goes off in search of this lamp, and she is accompanied by her bodyguard, who happens to be a djinn, and one of the Sultan's other sons, who is one of the 40 thieves. So it's kind of all like a remix here, but it's very, you know, Aladdin, and I'm like into it. There's gonna be like so many cool like magical creatures. There's gonna be ghouls and like battles and peril, and like I'm way into it. I don't know, I feel like I'm hyping this book so hard in my heart, but like I need to like not do that, because sometimes I overhype things. But like I'm very excited. I hear good things about it. It's happening this July. Last book for July that's officially on my TBR is Darling Girl by Liz Mikowski. And this is kind of a remix on Peter Pan, which I'm like, okay, tell me more. So in this one, we're following Holly Darling, who is Wendy's granddaughter. Yes, the Wendy Darling from Peter Pan. So she kind of grew up in this world where Peter Pan has been part of her life. However, Holly does not like Peter Pan. He is not like altruistic and mischievous. He actually has some bad tendencies, and she's like, nope, not dealing with Peter. However, one day her daughter goes missing. She knows Peter took him, so she doesn't have anywhere she can really turn. She ends up hiring like this ex-soldier guy, and his last name I think was Cook. So I'm like, is this gonna be like a Hook remix? I don't know. But I'm hoping for it. And then like she has to go save her daughter from Peter Pan, who might not be, you know, the mischievous little boy that we all know. He might be a little darker. So I am excited for it. I do want to see like a Peter Pan remix. Why not? Let's do it. Hopefully I enjoy it. Fingers crossed again. I don't know. There's some parts of it that I'm like, if they do it right, it's going to be very good. If they do it poorly, it's going to be unfortunate in this level of bad. We'll find out together. But yeah, I have a lot of really cool stuff this July. I am excited. Lots of different stuff. I might throw some new books in. I don't know how things are gonna go. We don't live in the future yet. Let me know in the comments down below. Is there a romance I should be throwing onto this list? Recommend me something. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And also, if you want cool exclusive content, you can become a patron or a member. The links are for that are in the description down below. And on that note, I will see you guys soon. Bye!